Knicks Nation, today is Friday, the 4th day of October 2023. I hope your family is safe and healthy and you're safe and healthy and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field along with the first responders out here every day trying to save lives. Blessings upon those that make deliveries for our convenience and those that pick up garbage to keep our places clean. Double blessings on the men and women out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of prostitution and child prostitution, pornography, child pornography, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on all the perpetrators and those that actually make profits from this and those perverts that drive the demand for these things. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 600,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, veterans, homeless in the United States of America, and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. Yesterday, after practice, it appears that Tom Thibodeau let something slip. He doesn't usually do that. He usually keeps very close to the vest like Leon does, but he keeps close to the vest about who he's planning on playing and what he's planning on doing. You can ascertain what he does based on his history. Hasn't changed too much over the years how he does things. Pretty much the same. But what he said yesterday, I'm going to put the clip in the description box, when asked how he envisions the Knicks playing with Cat. And he said, I like the versatility of our wings. And he named OG, McCall, and Josh Hart. He said, there's some things we could do. There's your starter, Josh Hart. Then he said, I also like how Cam disrupts things defensively in our bench with Deuce. And he said people overlook Shamet, but he's pretty good defensively. So it seems to me that the 9-man rotation will include Josh Hart as a starter and Payne with Deuce McBride in the second unit and Shamet after them. We'll see if I'm wrong, but it appears that that's what the situation is. I made the clip, and I'm going to put it in the description box for all y'all to hear, and you can check it out for yourself. But it appears to me that that's what he's leaning towards, which we kind of knew already. Yesterday was who's going to be the fifth starter. And you know what? Most of y'all, including myself, are not in favor of Josh Hart as the fifth starter. But we all should know, and most of us would know, put it that way, if you know Thibs, Josh Hart is going to be the fifth starter. And just let me explain something real quick before people start jumping over their theories about why Josh Hart won't work. First off, you need to understand, Josh Hart's a rebounder. Okay? So you might not look at him as a power forward, but that doesn't matter. Thibs does because he gets boards. And the reason he gets boards is how the game is played. Basketball is a transition game. Now, generally speaking, let's take a point guard like Jalen Brunson. So Jalen Brunson's the point guard, right? He's going to drill the ball up. He's going to manage the offense. He's going to call plays. And generally, a guy guarding him is also a point guard. So that Jalen is being guarded by a point guard and Jalen guards a point guard. I mean, traditionally, that's how you think of it. And some you think of that with every position. The 5 is going to guard another 5, and they're guarding each other, and 4s and 3s and 2s and so on. But it's not really like that. So with Josh Hart, Offensively, he's going to play the 4. What does that mean? So the guy that's traditionally playing the 2, the shooting guard, is going to have plays called for him. He's going to have more touches. He's going to get more jump shot opportunities from the 2 guard position. The guy playing the 3 is very similar. Now, of course, they'll go to the hole. They'll get to the basket, and OG and McCall do that. But generally, from those positions, they're called wings, and they will get more plays called for them where they can get open looks, open jump shot looks. And because they're getting that because they're high-level shooters from the outside. Whereas a guy like Josh, offensively, that's not going to happen because he is not a high-level shooter from the outside. So he's not going to get those plays called from him. But what's going to happen is whoever's guarding him, Josh Hart's got a motor, as I mentioned yesterday, in the mold of a John Havlicek. Somebody mentioned Dennis Rodman, and I understand that. He is kind of a miniature Dennis Rodman in that regard also. But he's like a John Havlicek. He's continual motion. So you got whoever's guarding him has got to chase him all over the court. And what he's looking for is a backdoor cut. okay, or a little short shot 8 foot from the rim, and he hits those at a high level. He is not looking for a 3-point shot because he doesn't hit them at a high level. So offensively, he'll be at the 4. Mikal Bridges will be playing the 2 guard spot, and he'll get the majority of those open looks that they're setting up from the outside. Defensively, he'll play the 4 again. But the difference is he's really not playing the 4 defensively because he's not guarding those 6'9", 6'10" dudes. Defensively, you'll have OG probably guarding the 6'9", 6'10" dudes, or Mikal with the 7-foot wingspan. And Hart will be guarding 2s and 3s or 1s. Okay, so on the defensive end, he really is not a 4. Offensively, he is, because somebody's got to chase him all over the floor, and then from them chasing him from the outside, he crashes, literally crashes the boards to get rebounds. That's what he does. Okay, and he takes advantage of his speed and quickness and whoever's trying to guard him. Okay, that's what makes him disruptive. He's very good at it. In fact, he's one of the best in the league at doing that. So when Thibs is playing him at the 4, don't think of it traditionally that he's going to have to guard, 6'9", 6'10" dudes and on defense and be outsized. He might have to do that sometimes, but that's not the primary thing he's going to be doing. He's going to be guarding wings, 2s, 3s, 1s. Offensively, he's playing the 4 because he's not being set up to take jump shots from the wing. That would be Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and of course, Jalen Brunson, and of course now, Cat. So Josh Hart's not doing that. Now, we mentioned yesterday that what teams are going to do to respond to that is they're going to leave him open and kind of make him take jump shots because they want him to. But that's where the chess game comes in, because now Josh Hart's going to counter that by relocating around the floor and looking for backdoor opportunities, which he's very good at. And Cat is very good at finding them, just like Isaiah Hartenstein was last year. So, and OG Anunoby. So there's be a lot of interior passing, a lot of interior moving. And the chess game is the defense wants Josh Hart wide open for a jump shot. And the Knicks want Josh Hart moving without the basketball to disrupt that and get Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Jalen Brunson wide open jump shots. Okay, that's why Thibs stresses having Jalen or whoever get feet in the paint offensively. Get feet in the paint so you disrupt the defense that way, and you have more opportunities to get open looks for your guys who you want to have open looks. That's what the chess game is. And so Josh Hart will start. He'll start at the 4. And then, of course, like I said, offensively, he'll be playing the 4. Defensively, he'll be guarding 1s, 2s, and 3s. That's how that's going to work. Just like with Jalen Brunson. Sometimes Jalen Brunson has the ball. He's the point guard. They'll have somebody that's really a 3 guarding him for length, because teams have decided that one of the ways to slow Brunson down is to put length on him. So they'll put a guy that's really a 2 or a 3 guarding that can be nimble to guard Jalen Brunson, but Brunson won't be guarding that guy down the other side of the floor. Okay, that's how the game works. This is all part of the interior chess game that is played on the floor every night, which is why you want high-level guys like Jalen Brunson as your point guard, because he can recognize that and know what the defense is doing. He's seen it before, and other guys he can direct to where they're supposed to be. But yeah, Thibs kind of let us know. So he's going to have Josh Hart starting at the 4. Deuce McBride's going to be his main bench piece. And I still think it's going to be Jericho Sims, Precious Achiuwa, probably Cameron Payne now, it looks like, with Deuce. Because he said Cameron is disruptive on the second unit. So we'll see what happens. I think Shamet is going to be that 10th guy. We'll see. At least that's how it starts out. And again, what we're dealing with is opening night. Opening night lineup is the lineup for at least 25 to 30 games. That's why we're talking about this. It's not going to change. So whatever Thibs comes out with opening night, if Josh Hart, which is probably 95% chance of happening, is your starter at the 4, he's going to be that way for 25 to 30 games. Okay? And if Deuce McBride is the first guy coming to the bench, he's going to be that way for 25 to 30 games. After that period of time, which is what Thibs usually do, he reevaluates or evaluates how what he's doing is working and looking at film and all that. And then if he needs to, he'll make adjustments. People have asked about Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson will play some 5, but I feel like he'll do it on the second unit. I don't think Thibs might try, well, he probably will try Robinson at the 5 with Cat at the 4. It won't start. He won't start that, but it will be during the course of a game. But I feel like Cat at the 5, at the 4 with Robinson next to him. I think it was a little clunky with Minnesota last year. With that, it was a little clunky, and I think it would be clunky with MitchRob. I think Cat performed better last year when Gobert sat for his rest and Cat played the 5. But we'll see. I'm sure Thibs are going to try all kind of things. I envision MitchRob playing with the second unit and just coming in there with Deuce and Precious. And man, that defensive unit is going to be amazing. So we'll see. It's a good problem to have, but that's not anything we need to worry about until December at the earliest. Meantime, let's enjoy this game. It's coming up Sunday. And so it's a preseason game, but it'll give us a little bit of a framework of what Thibs is thinking. That's really what these games are for. It's not about winning or losing them, Knicks Nation. It's about what Thibs is experimenting with and what he's thinking is what you're going to see on the preseason. So hopefully nobody gets hurt. Y'all enjoy your weekend. None of y'all get hurt. Be safe out there. Shalom.